Hello and welcome to another edition of Wisdom Keep 'em Wednesday with me, Kipa Cetán. Today I'm bringing you a little different way of doing a reading, a little bit different way of doing a healing, and bringing them both together. I am bringing the medicine cards, the animal medicine cards, which I have used for many, many years, and I'm bringing the alignment of chakras and using the two together. So what I'm going to do is pull an animal card for each chakra to let you know what is needed in that area, what strength you can bring out to align that area. I'm going to start with the root chakra, which is in the color of red, and this is our foundation. This is our will. This is the way that we lay things down so we can build upon them. So in that root chakra, the animal that we're going to use to help heal and align that area is the armadillo. And armadillo speaks of boundaries. This is not only boundaries that we establish with other people, it's also boundaries that we establish with ourselves. This may be eliminating habits that are no longer serving us. This may be eliminating people that no longer serve us, or surroundings. This can be in so many different ways. So really look at what it is that needs to be put a boundary on. It may be a friend, it may be yourself, it may be family, it may be a way of thinking. So really look into that. Armadillo is teaching you how to have that hard shell, how to have that armor, and how to be strong and stand up for yourself when you're setting boundaries for yourself and for others to be around you. It's also giving you that protection that when people cross those boundaries, you can curl up into that ball. You can go within and you can go and find those things that you need to re-establish those boundaries. Moving on to the sacral chakra. This was the color of orange. This would be our creativity, our sexuality. In this area, the two kind of go in hand. They can go separately as well. But when we need to express ourselves a little bit more, this is when the chakra can become misaligned, and we get to work on that. So the animal that we are going to use for that one is the grouse. Grouse speaks of the sacred spiral. And so in nature, the grouse flies upward in a spiral in order to avoid being caught by whatever predator is after them. When we're speaking of this energy in a spiral energy, it's helping us to align all of our chakras, because the energy moves. It doesn't go in a straight line. Our energy doesn't go like this and up and down all the time, side and side all the time. It's moving. It's constantly moving. It's moving like this. It's moving like this. It's moving like this. It's constantly moving. So there's that sacred spiral. We go from a wide spiral into a little bit narrow spiral, the closer that we get to our goals, to the closer that we get to source. So grouse is teaching us how to do that. This comes through meditation, which can be in the form of creation. This can be in the form of journaling, writing, artwork, music, poetry, singing, dancing. This can come in whatever form of expression that works best with you. And so this is an encouragement to do that. It's also giving you that knowledge, giving you that insight that you have the ability to do that. That is to generate that energy. So that's what we're doing here. We're generating energy in order to move everything up and out and have everything in alignment. So the next chakra we're going to go to is the solar plexus chakra, which is yellow. This is our psychic connection with others. This is our intuition. This is community, communication. There's so many different things that we hold within the solar plexus area. And the animal that is going to help us align with that one is the elk. And elk speaks of stamina. Not only stamina to endure something for a long time, but stamina to keep going when things are getting a little tougher. So going uphill. They're great at climbing mountains. And so this is telling you that you have that ability to keep going forward and moving up. There may be times when we are combated with someone who maybe pushing our energy down or bringing us down to a frequency that's not going to serve us, a frequency that's not going to take us to the areas that we want to achieve things. So this is letting you know you have that stamina to do so. You have that stamina to do everything that's given to you. I always say, God wouldn't give it to you if you didn't have the ability to carry it out. It wouldn't even be presented to you unless you had the ability to do so. So elk is telling you you have that ability, you have that strength, you have that stamina, you have that wherewithal to take it in the direction that you need to take it. The next chakra we're going to talk about is the heart chakra. This often is associated with the color green. It can also be associated with the color pink. Sometimes the two come together. Sometimes it'll just be green, just pink. But oftentimes I'll see it green and pink together. And the animal that's going to help us move forward and get aligned in that chakra, in that heart chakra, which talks about emotions. It's our, again, a way of connecting to others, but it's a way of connecting to source as well. This is where our compassion resides. This is where our connection with our creator resides as well. And with this one is antelope. And antelope speaks of action. And so with this, I can speak on this for the last couple of weeks. I've gone through a lot of emotions. And so in order to have those emotions in balance, in our heart space, we can often become unbalanced. And so in order to get them back in balance, there are times when we need to move and get things like the grouse was doing. We got to get that energy moving. In the heart space, we may be speaking physically about a cardio workout. Emotionally getting aligned by taking action. Antelope speaks of action. Action creates a release. And so when we're doing a physical action, when we're putting things to action, even if we're putting our thoughts into action, if our heart space is misaligned, there's something that we need to release. There's something that we need to, sometimes it's a breath. Sometimes this is where the lungs reside. And so this is a time to breathe things in, release them out, and connect again with our source. The next chakra is the throat chakra, and that's associated with the color blue. This is where we speak our truth. This is where we express ourselves. If this isn't misaligned, oftentimes you'll develop sore throats or an itchiness, or you'll have a hard time speaking, or you get that lump in the throat. And so the animal that we're going to use to align that area will be the orca. And this is a great one because they use sonar just like dolphins do. You know, they're in the same family as dolphins. With orca, they often speak of teamwork. So there may be something that you need to speak to someone to get something working together. This may be in your career. This may be something that you're very passionate about. And they are very good messengers of getting with your people, getting with your tribe, and working together on something. This also speaks of connecting with the cosmos, connecting with the energies beyond Earth. And so if you're feeling tapped out, if you're feeling like your energy, you just have nothing more to say, this is a good time to go into meditation and connect with the energies of worlds beyond Earth. I don't know another way of putting it. They're very precise in giving messages on what the next step is. So it's a matter of slowing yourself down, communicating with, envisioning an orca swimming around in the cosmos. What information would that orca give you? And so sit in meditation, journal, and see what comes through. And sing it out, speak it out. Whatever those words come out from source, from this spirit animal to you, speak them out and see how they feel to you, because that is a way of expression. That is a way of getting things started. And that may be a way of communicating with somebody else. It may draw them out. Breath again, coming from the lungs and bringing it outwardly. Orca also is black and white, and so it speaks of balance. It speaks of looking at the dark side of things, looking at the light side of things. Neither is bad or good. They're opposing. So look at the contrast of things. And there may be something that is contrast to what you believe or feel that needs to be eliminated from your life. Moving on to the third eye. Third eye is indigo. It's often associated with insight, intuition, premonition, your mind's eye. So the animal that we're going to use to align that is the mouse. And mouse speaks of scrutiny. Scrutiny of knowing whether or not you're going to use or gravitate towards something that is going to be able to use. They're collectors. They take things and hide them away for later, much like squirrel. But this is more of a knowing. It's like when you scrutinize something. It's like, do I really need that? Or can I fit in that little hole? Am I going to be able to get my buddy through this little hole, or do I need to go and find somewhere a little larger? And it could be just the opposite. Am I in too much of an open space? Do I need to bring things down a little bit so I can concentrate? And so this is using that intuition, but trusting it. There's big messages of trust this last couple of weeks. And so this would speak of trusting your intuition and trusting the information that is coming from source to you, because God trusts you and you should trust yourself the same way that God trusts you. I often say this, the message comes to me loud and clear almost on a daily basis. So trust yourself, trust your intuition to know, is that the place that I need to go? Is that the thing that I need to use? And if it's not, keep going, you'll find it. It'll always be presented to you. Moving on to the next chakra would be the crown chakra, which is located at the top of your head. This is often seen in violet. Whenever I'm channeling, this also comes in with bright white light or a golden light, and sometimes even a pink. If this is misaligned, and you'll know when things are misaligned because just things don't work out. They don't come into alignment, which makes sense. So for this is again our connection to the divine. And if we're not connected with the divine and we don't get that time to meditate, we don't give ourselves time, then that's when misalignment comes. So this is a time to connect with your creator. The one that is speaking to us today on that, the medicine that is coming through for us, is the wild boar. I laugh because this animal has come up for me many times whenever something's just off. And the key word with wild boar is confrontation. For instance, if you're having an argument with someone, you're having that confrontation, you're presented with them in front of you. There was a saying that came up to me the other day, and it was having to do with people having issues, people having a bad day. And the thing that came through is the issue's not with you. You just happen to be there. You happen to be the receiver of that because they want to voice it to someone. They want to get it out. They want to express it. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're projecting it to you. You just happen to be there at the time. You may trigger something in them. They may trigger something in you. This is an opportunity. C-O-N, means with. So you're having this opportunity with this person to sort out an issue. And it might not be a person. It might be a situation. It might be an environment. It might be yourself. You're being presented with that. This is a time to confront your source, confront your creator. What is it that you have an issue with? And I have to laugh because a lot of times when I have issues, I get the message, what's more important? Your issues right now, or being in the presence of your creator and having this time to be in silence and get as much information as you can. So this may be your opportunity to really get some nuggets of information, not only for yourself. You may be a messenger. I always say it, if you're in front of me, you're a messenger as well. And so this may be your opportunity to pass a message on to someone else. You may be downloading something that you can benefit from and somebody else can benefit from. So take that opportunity, spend that time with your creator, get that information and give it out. I hope this was all informative and helpful for you today. If you would like to share this, please feel free, subscribe. If you would like a personal reading from me, please contact me and I can arrange that for you. Thank you again, and I will see you next Wednesday. Love and light always, in all ways.